My sound hasn't even been on this whole time and nobody's even told me. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Things are happening at the party pen and nobody knows what's going on. Good thing I didn't do my own sound check and figured out what the problem was. Yay! Again, my sound hasn't even been on this whole time and nobody's even told me. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Things are happening at the party pen and nobody knows what's going on. My sound works. I wonder if my other sounds work. I didn't even stay on long enough to find out because I'm not cool. What is that? No. I want to find my own channel. Go to my channel. We're going to do my sound check by myself because why not? So I'm going to cheer for you. Man, I talk so slow, don't I? Okay, I need to hurry up because I'm just saying to you. It's fall. Okay, my sound check works. So, welcome to the party pen. And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book. It's called God Said. It is Das Bible, God's unofficial biography, as read by yours truly, the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki Gilligret. Yeah. So, we are on Isaiah 58, I think. No, 59. We're in chapter 59. So, now that we've waited for people to come in and nobody's come in, I'm going to read it. Well, somebody was here, but then they left because I can't get my sound right. Instead of chatting in the chat to tell me my sound is fucked up, they decide to leave, which is stupid. I could use a different word, but it's not politically correct, but it would fit because people are just like that. They would rather leave you struggling than help you out. That is the world we live in. But oh well. Hi, Miss Muddy. Just filled up the gas tank getting on the highway. All right, well, stop texting and driving. Let me know when you get home after you get settled in. I did my sound check. Everything is okay. I lost a viewer because, again, people like to watch people squander. Is it squander? No. Some kind of thing flopping around like a fish out of water instead of helping them. That's the fucking world we live in today. Instead of nicely telling me, hey, you're muted. Nope. They just left. Because it's easier to just leave. See why my channel is so important? The devil tries to stop it. Broke my microphone, makes people go away. That's how you know I'm doing something in the world. Because people would rather see me suffer. And it goes the same for you people too. You people watching me. People would rather see you suffer than help you. So, That's why you gotta take care of yourself. But I can't say I'm not guilty of that, because I'm definitely guilty of that. Although I try not to be, but I can be. I can be. So I'm mostly complaining on myself. So, Miss Muddy, I'm going to read you on the way home. We're on Isiah 59. Okay. It says, "Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save, nor his ear heavy, that he cannot hear." If you had a swollen ear, you had a problem. "Separated you from your God, and your sins have been hidden. His..." Wait. "But your iniquities have separated you from your God, and your sins have hidden his face from you, so he will not hear. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies. Your tongue has muttered perversity." Yeah. "No one calls for justice, nor does any plead for truth. They trust in empty words and speak lies. They conceive evil and bring forth iniquity. They hatch vipers' eggs and weave spiders' webs. He who eats of their eggs dies, and from that which is crushed, a viper breaks out." So is this why when John calls them brutal vipers, and then Jesus is like, "Yeah, you guys are snakes," why they get so mad? We'll find out. Okay. "Their webs will not become garments, nor will they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and acts of violence is in their hands. Their feet turn to evil. They make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they have not known, and there is no justice in their ways. They have made themselves crooked paths. Whoever takes that away shall not know peace. Therefore, justice is far from us, nor does righteousness overtake us. We look for light, but there is darkness. For brightness, but we walk in blackness." That's why we got to be good at the world and good in the world. We got to fit in to get in. That's why we dress like wolves. We are sheep in wolves' clothing. Well, some of us are frogs and others of us are raccoons. I think there's a bird, there's a frog, there's a third dimensional train. I think there's a otter or a gopher, but I think it's an otter. Not exactly sure. I don't remember because that person doesn't come around anymore. I wish I would so they could remind me what animal they are. Yeah. I think we might even have a snake dressed like a wolf. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So, yeah, we walk in darkness. That's why we got to be good. We grope for the wall like the blind, and we grope as if we have no eyes. We stumble at noonday as at twilight. We are as dead men in desolate places. We all growl like bears and moan sadly like doves. We look for justice, but there is none, for salvation, but it is far from us. For our transgressions are multiplied before you, and our sins testify against us. For our transgressions are with us, and as for our iniquities, we know them. In transgressing and lying against the Lord, and departing from our God, speaking oppression and revolt, conceiving and uttering from the heart words of falsehood, justice is turned back, and righteousness stands far off. For truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter. So truth fails, and he who departs from evil makes himself a prey. Yep. Then the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no justice. He saw there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercession. Therefore, his own arm, his one arm, brought salvation for him, and his own righteousness sustained him. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and a helmet of salvation on his head. He put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak, according to their deeds. Accordingly, he will repay fury to his adversary, recompense to his enemy. The coastlands he will fully repay. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. Then the enemy comes in like a flood. The Spirit of the Lord will lift up a standard against him. The Redeemer will come to Zion, the city of David, and those who turn from transgression in Jacob, says the Lord. Oops.
As for me, this is my covenant with them, my spirit who is upon you, and my words that I have put in your mouth shall not depart from your mouth, for from the mouth of your descendants, nor from the mouth of what? Hold on. Will not depart from your mouth, or from the mouth of your descendants, or your descendants' descendants, from this time and forevermore. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and glory in the Lord, who is risen upon you. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and the deep darkness of people. But the Lord will arise over you, and his glory will be seen upon you. The Gentiles shall come to your light, and the kings to the brightness of your rising. Yeah, lift up your eyes all around and see that they all gather together. They come to you. Your sons shall come from afar, and your daughters shall be nursed at your side. Then you shall see and become radiant, and your heart will swell with joy. Oh, shucks, it's a good time because the abundance of the sea shall be turned to you, and the wealth of the Gentiles shall come to you. The multitude of camels shall cover your land, and the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, or the house from Sheba. Look, there it is again. There it is again. But if you look up this place, it says it doesn't exist. It's a made up place. But they also talk about the merchants of Sheba and Job, and then the Queen of Sheba. My theory on her, I'll tell you about it later when we get to Song of Solomon. But anyway, I just want to say it mentions it here also. So it's more than likely not a made up place. Google is lying to you. Okay. Dromedaries, Midian, Ephah, Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense. Okay.
That is the end of that chapter. So, Miss Muddy, you're probably still driving. Okay. Well, then we'll just go ahead and go to 60. Man, we're going to go to 60. If nobody has anything about it, Muddy, don't text while driving. Okay. Okay. Wait, they bring gold and incense. Oh, yeah, I forgot this was so damn long. Where the hell is it? Oh, okay. Well, it's not that long then. I lied. Okay, my bad. So then, where did I leave off? Okay, so the dromedaries will bring golden incense from Sheba, Midian, and Ephah, and they shall proclaim the praises of the Lord. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together to you, and the rams of Nebaioth shall minister to you. What? The rams of Naboth shall minister to you. How do rams talk? I don't know what's happening. They shall ascend with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. What? Where's that at? Is that the temple? I thought the temple was already destroyed. What's happening? No one knows. Okay. Okay, so now we're back to God.
All right. Who are these who fly like a cloud and like doves to their roosts? Oh, that was almost all bad. Surely the coastland shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish will come first, to bring your sons from afar, and their silver and gold with them, to the name of the Lord your God, and the Holy One of Israel, because he has glorified you. The sons of the foreigners shall build up your walls, and their king shall minister to you. What? For in my wrath I struck you, but in my favor I have mercy on you, because I'm totally bipolar over you. You make me so mad, but then I feel so bad. It's very codependent what we have going on here. We definitely need therapy. But until we get therapy, I'm just going to keep beating that ass and feeling bad for it. I apologize ahead of time. We need therapy. But until we get therapy, this is a cycle that we're going to go through for the next forever until the sun explodes. When the sun explodes, I'll find something new. But we're not going to therapy. I'm controlling myself. You see, I feel bad. I am in control. Just saying. Now shut up while I'm talking to you. Therefore, your gate shall be open continually, and they shall not be shut day or night. See, the churches need to learn this. You're not supposed to lock the church doors. Yeah. And you're definitely not supposed to keep money in there. Are you kidding? No. You're not supposed to close the church. That men may bring the wealth of the Gentiles and their kings in procession for the nation and the kingdom, which will not serve you, shall perish. I would much rather die. I'm just kidding. Because if there's no Jew, then there's Muslim. If there's Jew, there's no Muslim. And I would much rather take the Jew over the Muslim. Just saying. And those nations shall be utterly ruined. The glory of Lebanon shall come to you. The cypress, the pine, and the box tree together to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And I will make the place of my feet glorious. Because you guys don't have my suitcase chair anymore. If y'all have my suitcase chair and my tent that I had set up in the back of David's house, if you guys would just lift that and protected my suitcase chair, I wouldn't even need a footstool or a new place to stay. Man, you should have got my suitcase chair. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway. And also, the sons of those who afflict you shall come bowing to you, and all those who despise you shall do the base thing at your feet, and they shall call you the city of the Lord, Zion of the Holy One of Israel. That's the city of David. You could just go there You can just buy a plane ticket and go to the city of Zion. And then you don't even got to search for it because you know where it is. And it's not in America. It's not Utah. It's not Colorado. It's not Oregon. It's not Montana. It's not North Dakota. It's literally the city of David in Jewland somewhere. I don't know. I couldn't even find Jewland on a map if you asked me. But I know the city of David is there, and I know the city of David is formerly Zion. We find that out. So whoever tells you they're on the road to Zion, ask them if they bought a plane ticket because it's in Jewland. Bedtime. Whereas you have been forsaken and hated because I was so mad at you. I could just, you just make me so mad. I can't even control myself. No, we don't need therapy. You need to get out of my face. God didn't say that. I did. But I know how these arguments go. I've had more than one of them. I know these arguments. And I recognize my former relationships and this conversation that they're having in the Bible right now. Well, really, that they've had this whole time. It's very codependent and very toxic. And it's fun. Okay, here we go. Where am I at in life? Forsaken and hated. Forsaken. So that no one went through you. I will make you an external excellence. See, I even gave you a new title. That's how much I love you. I just made this up so you feel special. Kind of like when I call you people, heads of the tribes, right? When you're too old to be a head of a tribe, you become a saint. So you still feel important, you know? I'll just give you titles so you feel excellent all the time. You're like Bret Hart, the wrestler, excellence of execution. Only you're external excellence of execution. See what I'm saying? Man, see that's how much I love you. I think of this stuff on the spot because you inspire me to do awesome things. Yeah. I love life. Right now, I love life. A joy of many generations. You shall drink the milk of the Gentiles, and the milk the breast of kings. What? Gross. Do you mean milk the breast of queens? Because if a man has milky breasts, he definitely has a gland disorder. And you do not want to drink that milk of a guy who is lactating. It is a real problem. That's how gross these people are. They drink man milk. Look, stop. You shall know that I, the Lord, am your Savior because I make you drink man milk. You're gonna know I'm God and your Redeemer. the mighty one of Jacob. Instead of bronze, I will bring gold. Instead of iron, I will bring silver. And instead of wood, bronze. Instead of stones, iron. I will also make your officers peace and your magistrates righteousness. Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, neither wasting nor destruction within your borders. So we know this is not happening right now. Okay, this is not happening right now. But you shall call on your walls of salvation and your gates praise. Well, that's how to get out of what you're in right now. Oh, this is going to happen before the sun explodes. When the sun turns black, listen, the sun shall no longer be your light in the day, nor for brightness shall the moon give light to you. But the Lord will be to you an everlasting light, and your God, your glory, your sun won't go down on you. It won't go down. Although I search myself, it's always someone else I see. I'm Godarati by my CD. God Arati. Goddari. No. Godarati. Godarati. That's my name by my CD. Don't let the sun go down on whatever this says. Don't let it go. Okay, wait. Okay. Your sun shall no longer go down, nor shall your moon withdraw itself. For the Lord will be your everlasting light, and the days of your mourning shall be ended when the sun explodes. Also, your people shall all be righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000. See? Cockroaches. And a small one, a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in its time. Yeah, things are happening. Okay, we're at 30 minutes. So, okay, wait.
Okay. 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 So that's the end of that chapter, the end of chapter 60. And it seems like God is really upset for something that he did. Well, actually, he never started this shit in the first place. So it's definitely repayment for something these assholes did. And they don't ever feel bad. But when God's like, payback time, asshole, he always feels bad for giving them payback. So now he's giving them a new title, a shiny new car. You know, I think he's already bought him a house. He bought him a shiny ass brand new car. and then gave him a new title. So, I don't know, like, it's God logic, of course, so we'll never know what the hell he's thinking. But I'm telling you what, God is the best abusive boyfriend ever, because I wish my last abusive boyfriend would have bought me a house or a car, or even gave me a new nickname, something. God is very romantic and also very angry. But he's really nice to these people most of the time. But it's just sometimes they go overboard. And he's like, yeah, you're not doing that. Just take this ass whooping for a second. Stay in the house, or I'll give you 2 black eyes. And they stay in the house for a little while, but then they get itchy feet and start fucking around for a hot second. And then God finally gets tired of it. And then he's like, oh yeah? You think that? Watch this. I'm going to drag you in this house by your hair. And then I'm going to punch you in the nose. But then he always feels bad. He's like, I didn't mean to punch you in the nose. I didn't mean to do that. I was just so angry. And then, next thing you know, they got a house and a car. And it's like, damn. God needs to be my boyfriend. And maybe God is my boyfriend. I just haven't been bad enough to get a house and a car. But God smacked my ass, and he bitch smacked the hell out of me, and now I can't get out of my chair. So now I'm just waiting for a house and a car. No, I got my house, and there is a car, but I'm not allowed to drive. My doctor took my license as soon as she could. She said, do you drive? I'm taking your license. And I said, great. I only got my license like 6 months ago anyway. I've never driven a car legally in my life. So it's okay. Take my license. Miss Muddy, you live way too far away from home. You need to work closer. You need to live closer. I'm just kidding. Don't move. But I would love to know what anybody else thinks about the relationship God has with these people. Because I get it. Everybody wants, like, God is great, and he is great. But his personality is not very great. God is so, like, he's really nice. Well, I said that wrong. God is really nice, and he puts up with a lot of shit. But I'm telling you, once the shit goes too far, like they start humping on his feet or something, he gets totally roided out. God just, he gives no shit. But then, once he starts seeing the waterworks, them crying and shit, and then he's like, no, don't cry, baby, I love you. And it's like, God, really? Really, God? Because these people are terrible. And they've made you cry, and they don't even feel bad about it. As a matter of fact, nobody ever mentions the fact that they made you cry. They totally forget it. But God always remembers when he hurt these people. But they don't give a shit about literally making him cry. At the beginning of Samuel, when they asked for a king, like that shit seriously hurt God's feelings. And he literally did cry. And ever since that moment, ever since I read that, I've been on God's side of this whole argument because it's completely unfair. Because, like, this is such a toxic, codependent relationship. And these people started the abuse. Before God ever abused them one time, God has tried to keep them safe and protected. But they told God they don't want to be safe and protected. They want to be like everybody else. So then they start being like everybody else. Hi, Miss Muddy. Then they start being like everybody else and then treating God like dirt, literal dirt. But then God feels so bad for like giving these people what they deserve plus some. And I ain't even mad at God for it because they deserve it. But that's like saying a victim deserves abuse. But these people were not victims. These people were the victimizers, and they made God the victim. So God's been punching up this whole time. Even though he's like God or whatever, he's punching up at these people because they keep stomping him down. And it's like, really, that shit's not fair. And then they literally killed him on purpose in the New Testament. They literally killed God, or at least attempted to kill God. And they're always killing God, or attempting to kill God, or hurting God's feelings on purpose. These people are absolutely fucking terrible. And I don't take it back. I don't take it back. These people deserve every fucking thing God does to them from this point on. This point in the Isaiah forward. Whatever we read, just know these people fucking started it. And God is punching up, not down. So, now, Miss Muddy, what do you think so far? I mean, I think you've been listening most of the time, or at least you've heard the brunt of what the fuck I just said. But what do you think about, what do you think about it? Okay, and this chapter 61 doesn't have to be in God voice. So we'll go ahead and read 61. And it says, "The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me." Oh, and here's the other thing. Before God even, attempts retribution toward these people, he always tries to get them to say sorry before he even does anything. So before God even has his retribution for these terrible ass people being fucking terrible to him, he always sends somebody to try to tell him to say sorry. God's not really happy with this, and you guys should say sorry. No, it's all right, Miss Muddy. You can be in the bathroom. It's okay. Just what do you think? I'm gonna finish reading chapter 61. So I'll read what you write in just a second. So, anyways, it says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and opening of the prison." Yeah, I want to talk about that real quick. I don't think God or Jesus was talking about literal prison. I think they were talking about the prison that your soul is in, because you need to go to God. And I think that is the prisoners he's talking about, the ones who were trapped inside themselves because of the people around them. And Jesus was bringing them the light. They're in the prison of the darkness. I don't think they meant literal prisons. And I think people misinterpret that on purpose. Okay. The opening of the prison to those who are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all who mourn, to console those who mourn in Zion, city of David. I will never stop saying that, by the way, because that's where it is. And then people are always like, Zion is in the U.S. No, it's not. It's the city of David. And do not let people fucking lie to you. It's not in America. No part of heaven or the Bible is going to be in America, because America is not God's inheritance. Jewland is, and that's what God cares about more than anything in the whole world, is Israel and Jewland, for sure, every time. Okay. So, Spirit to proclaim, and the day of to comfort, okay, to give them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they may be called trees of the righteous, the planting of the Lord, that he may be glorified. And they shall rebuild the old ruins and rise up on the former desolation. See, this is the New Jerusalem. Yeah, we're going to build that in Utah. It's going to be so cool. No, it's not. It's going to be the ruins of Jewland. It's going to be new people in Jerusalem, a new way of being. It's going to be new. That's why it's called the New City of Jerusalem, because they're going to rebuild it. And it's going to be different than it was before, which would make it new. These people are stupid and misinterpreting the Bible on purpose. The desolations of many generations, strangers shall stand and feed on your flock, and the sons of the foreigner shall be your plowmen and your wine dressers. But you shall be named priests of the Lord. They shall call you the servants of our God. You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory you shall boast. Instead of your shame, you shall have double honor. And instead of confusion, they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore, in their land they shall possess double. Everlasting joy shall be theirs.
For I, the Lord, love justice. I hate robbery. For burnt offering, I will direct their work in truth, and I will make them an everlasting covenant. Their descendants shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All who see them shall acknowledge them like the Roman reigns. They are the posterity whom the Lord has blessed.
I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my God, for he has clothed me with the garments of salvation. He has covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decks himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorns herself with jewels. For the earth brings forth its bud, as the garden causes the things that are sown in it to spring forth. So the Lord will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all nations. Yeah. Hey, Wheels. Hi, Feather. I'm going to start coming later, I think, because well, I would just go back and if you can, go back and watch today's reading, because I'm going to start coming later, because everybody shows up at about this time, and I start this at like 10:15. But I think I'm gonna have to start it later, which is, I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that we'll pick up on 63 tomorrow. So, what's everybody doing? And also, when you go back and watch this, comment in the comments section what you're thinking about this toxic codependent relationship God has had with these people up until now. You guys read a lot of the beginning of the Bible with me once before, and we kind of saw the relationship progress a little bit between God and these people, so we kind of know how terrible these people are. So, going off the little bit that we know already, plus what we've read so far, what do you guys think? And if you're watching this on replay, crew, please put in the comments what you think about it. And try not to be too rude about it, But also, have you had relationships like that before? Like the kind of thing that God has going on with these people. And I explained it, well, kinda. I did a whole little thing earlier in the video about what I think this is like. So, if you recognize that kind of behavior, also comment. There's a lot of things you could comment on in this video. And even if you've got to comment line by line or whatever, as many comments as you need to put, go ahead and put them. Because any interaction on my videos is good. So no matter how many times you have to comment, because I know a lot of people shut off their comments because I comment at like everything, individual comments, and then people shut off their comments. It's like, why the fuck do you do that? Because it's interaction. What are you? A bitch? You don't have to comment back every one of them, but it's interaction. Wheels. I already told you what you should do. Get your Indian papers, and they will get you all the resources you need to get you help with medical, help with food, help with Max to get her out of your life, or to get her therapy, or to get both of you therapy. But if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to take the steps, what's the worst they could say? No. And then you'd be in the same situation you're in now. But it's worth a try. And they don't call me Sage because I'm an idiot. I'm called Sage because I know things. I'm sporadic. You are sporadic, Wheels. You can be. He gives them chance after chance. Yes. Yep, that's exactly what they do. But then God's got to get rough with them. And again, it's like I said, it's kind of like victim blaming. But God's punching up. He's not punching down. Even though he's God. You know what I mean? But they hurt his feelings so much that they drag him down. And he starts to feel shitty about himself. So then he starts punching up. And then the people cry. And then God's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's a very toxic thing when the perpetrator plays the victim. You know what I mean? Then the victim actually has to punch up so the perpetrator can play the victim until they get some kind of therapy or outside help. But you're not going to get any outside help from professional people if you don't ask for it. And there's not really any professional people God can talk to. You know, there isn't a God therapist. So all he has is his punishment because he gave himself the authority to do that. And I don't think these people quite understand. Yeah, He did get an award. He did get an award, and it was fantastic. Yeah, yeah. But, but, what are we thinking about this whole God thing? There's not a therapist for God. God doesn't have a therapist. All he has is his righteous anger. And I feel so bad for God. Because what can he do in this situation? Because there is no therapy for God. There is no. But, with that being said, God can just pick somebody else. God can break up with them. But he won't. And I don't know if he won't because he's afraid to be alone or he's afraid to be rejected by other people. And it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't know. I wonder if it's that kind of thing why God is stuck on these people the way he is. Because even though these people reject him, you know, he can always put them in their place because they're scared of him. But if he was to pick somebody else, they might laugh at him. And then I could see why God wouldn't want to be rejected by somebody else that he doesn't know. Maybe it's something like that because God is very human. Like, it seems like he has human emotions. Well, yeah, yeah. But let's not focus on that right now because I don't want anybody fighting or arguing. I don't even know if you're fighting or arguing. But what do we think about this God thing? Uh, I I don't know. Um, I I don't know. But I also think, like I said earlier, it's like God grabs these people by the hair, makes them come in the house, and like smacks them in the face or something, and accidentally breaks their nose, and then they cry, and then God feels so bad, and then buys them their own car because he made their nose bleed. And it's like, I wish somebody would buy me a car if my nose bled. That would be some shit, wouldn't it? Or he like gives them a new nickname. Like, I'm gonna call you the external excellence. It's like he gave him a wrestling name. You are the external excellence. Your finishing move is the face dive of divinity. Yeah. Wouldn't that be? Yeah. He like gives him a Bret Hart wrestling name. Like, you are the excellence of execution. The external excellence of execution. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and these people have no limit on their arguments against God. And really, if you think about it, they don't even argue with God because God sends them, like prophets and whatnot that tell these people, apologize. Like, apologize to God. Like, take it all back. And then God will forgive you. But then they refuse to listen or beat up, kill the prophet, beat up the prophet, instead of saying sorry. But then when they get their punishment, then all of a sudden they don't care to apologize. Or like, they don't even think twice to call on God. But any other time, they don't want nothing to do with them until he like reminds them, I'm the dad of this house. And then they're like, oh, daddy. And he's like, come here, baby, I'll buy you a car. And then I'll enroll you in wrestling, you external executioner or whatever. Yeah. Your finishing move is the face plant of divinity. Could you imagine if that was a wrestling finisher? Like it would be like a face plant, like a diamond cutter, but you call it the face plant of divinity. Yeah. That would be the best. That would be the best wrestling move ever. I vote for that. Let's call Violent J. And let's say, Violent J, I got a new finisher. It's a diamond cutter, but it's called the face plane of divinity. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, but I just thought of that earlier and I thought, man, that would be fucking amazing. The face plane of divinity. Man, I wish I knew wrestling people because I feel like make that your finisher and call it the face plane of divinity. We need to call Violent J because they have a wrestler who is called the Race. I don't know what his finishing move is, but it should be that. On JCW. Oh my god. I'm almost out of tobacco and tubes, and I have no dollars. Man. See, Miss Muddy? That's how you know. I didn't spend any of my birthday money on cigarettes. See, I did a good job. I spent my birthday money on what I was supposed to. But I bought ice cream. But I didn't buy cigarettes. Although my birthday money from Fred, I bought cigarettes. But I asked for permission first. Although I didn't ask for permission to buy ice cream. But I did. But I was good with my birthday money this year. Maybe you. ice cream is awesome. We got the brownie batter kind and latte chip. So it's latte ice cream with chocolate chips in it, and then mix them together. It's like black coffee dumped in brownie batter. So it's like a really weird flavor. I man, I don't know. But we are at an hour. It's really weird tasting because the latte ice cream tastes like black coffee. And black coffee doesn't really go with any other flavor. So, like eating it, it's really awkward flavor. It's not bad, but it's awkward. Yeah, I don't fuck around with that AI stuff. I mean, I'm sure I could, but I don't want to. Even try it on this computer. Is that the Johnny Cash song? Something, something, no, I walk alone. How is it? I walk alone. Something. But I think it's Johnny Cash, ain't it? It could be Gottarati. I Gottarati might sing that song. I walk alone. Yeah, that spliff knot. That is some awkward ass shit. I'm not even gonna lie. The spliff knot is very different, and it's hard to listen to because I know Slipknot. But I don't know them as people, but I know their music, and it's like I can't listen to it any other way. Sweat, baby, sweat, baby, Texas, Texas, drop me, and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about.
Put your hand down my pants. Now bet you feel nuts. Yes, I'm Cisco. Yes, I'm Ebert. And you're getting two thumbs up. You had enough of two-hand touch. You want it rough. You're out of bounds, you sucker. You sunk my battleship. Something. I want you smothered, want you covered like my waffle hash, my waffle hash, my waffle house hash brown. Uh, house hash browns coming quicker than FedEx. You are inclined to make me rise an hour early, just like daylight savings time. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. My name is Godarati. Buy my CD. It's God, Goddti. Godarati. Buy my CD. Peace.
I have too much fun with myself. Did I get most of the words right, Wheels? Me and Gatorati, yeah. Sent you a link on the messenger. But did I do good? Did I do good on the words though? I haven't heard that song in like fucking 25, 30 years, something. But I remember a lot of the words. Yeah. Gatorati's got it going on, man. He can sing almost anything. I got another one.
Ready for love. Oh, baby, I'm ready for love. Ready for love. Ooh, with your love. Gutterati.
Oh my God, I love life. Oh, you know what? Yeah. We'll get on my Discord and we'll all sing in God voice. We gotta make sure my microphone's working. Yeah. Look, I don't know what's happening. Oh man. Yeah. Wheels. We could do some Prodigy, although I don't know a lot of the words of Prodigy, except for take me to the hospital. Yeah, I fucking love that song. I don't know any of the words except for take me to the hospital. Yeah, I fucking love that song. And I don't even know why, but I think it's because I love to rave. Even though I've never been to a rave a day in my life, but I am really good at it. I learned how to do it in juvie when I was like 15, but I never went to a rave before. We used to have mock raves in the juvenile hall. Yeah, us girls would be just dancing around the juvenile with our hands. Yeah, it shit was so much fun. I had so much fun in every jail I've ever been to. I don't know why people are like, jail is horrible. Like, I can do jail standing on your head. Yeah, I got problems. Take me to the hospital. Hey, Feather, are you coming? Like, that. No, I was gonna have you guys live on my Discord. I can't play any songs or anything, so we would have to all know the words to at least one song. It could be like a hold on. I got one.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. Took a midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in North Detroit. Took a midnight train going anywhere. Yeah, we could all sing that song. Yeah, Gottarati by my CD. Autographs in the back.
I'm having such a good time. I don't even know what the fuck is wrong with me right now. Yeah, don't get arrested. It's kind of kinky, but cops don't like it when you're kinky. Yeah, I I I tried to ask a cop if he would rub my butt once. He was handcuffing me. I was like, "Rub my butt," and he was like, "No." I'm like, "I tried. I just wanted to know." No, you don't even gotta knock on wood. As long as you're not doing anything fucked up, cop ain't gonna arrest you. But the last time I was arrested, man, look, I don't even know what I did. Well, I do know what I did, kind of. But like 6 black cars. I was in Philadelphia, and there was like 6 black. I think there was a Charger, a Mustang, and then a couple other black cars all pulled in on this one place. And they jumped out and they said my name. And I was like, wait a minute. I was immediately arrested. That was the last time I went to prison right after that. Yep. Oh, wait. I got one. I got one that's muddy.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Yeah, I got a friend in Jesus. I got a friend in Jesus. Yeah, I don't know any of the words to that song. Oh, what we could do. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yeah, we could do that song too. But I would prefer to do Journey because I'm pretty sure we all at least know the beginning of that song. And we could all sing it at once, even if it's just that part of the song. Yeah, because then we could just bust out, sing it, and nobody will even know why. And then we'll play it back, and it'll be in God voice. And then everybody, oh, that's what they were doing. Yeah, a good time. No, I can't do that, wheels. And the reason I can't do that is my channel has already been reported for things like that. Yeah. We did that. His name was Ornican from Connecticut. And he steady reported my channel actively to get me banned. And we all had to walk on glass for like a month and a half because of this guy. That's why we have a yellow chair. Wait, can't take that serious in God's voice.
But yeah, we have a yellow chair because of Ornican from Connecticut who actively reports my channel. Yeah. I have one enemy in this world and I don't even know what he looks like. But I'm sure he's not an enemy because he watches my channel just to report me. So hopefully he gets some good learning lessons out of my channel. No, we'll be all on Discord. We'll be on Discord. So we'll all be talking to each other at the same time. Yeah, and he is a shit fuck. But that's why there's a yellow chair. Because he's the angry dipshit uncle that sits in the corner in the P chair. Because that's what he gets. He deserves to sit in the P chair. And he knows that that's why he don't come here, at least in person, because he knows he'll be forced to sit in a P chair. Ah, that's bullshit. We suck at life. What if? No, because nobody wants to be on camera. Damn. I was gonna say, what if I could add you guys to my stream? But I don't pay for my stream, so I don't know how many people I can have on here. Damn. Shit, all of our fun ideas are shit. Man. Well, we'll figure out something. Oh, let me tell you about this motherfucker. Look, how long has he been kicked out of my house? A couple months, right? Like, no more than 5 months has he been kicked out of my house. Did you know this mofo called me yesterday? I don't even know why he fucking called me, but he did. And he said, I quit smoking weed. Do you know why I quit smoking weed? I said, no. Should I? And he said, I just had a son. I said, no, the fuck you didn't. Are you kidding me? You haven't been kicked out of my house long enough to have a baby. There ain't no fucking way that's not your baby. You hang out with Hope. And he said, no, no, no. It's a new girl. I said, well, then that definitely isn't your baby. Because you weren't with her when you were at my house. You were with the other two whores. That is not your baby. Get it tested. Did you know he got mad at me for telling him that wasn't his baby? He said, why don't you believe me? I said, because I know how being pregnant works. I have 3 fucking kids. I know what you were doing in my house. And you weren't having babies in my house. You weren't even having sex. So that baby is not yours. And he's like, it's my baby. That's my son. I said, no, it's not. But he is absolutely convinced. He's been kicked out of my house for 5 months. But that woman that's carrying that baby for 9 months didn't know him until at least 3 months ago. So that baby is like proof. Like her pregnancy is proof that's not his baby. But he wants to be daddy. And it's like, you're going to get caught up for some child support for a baby that's not yours. Or whatever. I wish I could have got away with that, you know? No, no, no. He wants to be a father. In Punjabi, in that little thing they got going on there, even though they're Pakistanis pretending to be Indians, but they're Pakistani. Don't let them lie to you. They're not real Indians. But anyway, they can only get turbans if they get married. So his whole goal is to get married so he can have a turban. He doesn't want to marry for love. He doesn't want to marry for anything other than the turban. So if some woman can trick him in to having saying this baby's his, then he can force her to marry him, and then he can get the turban. I think that's what the whole thing is. He wants to be a dad so he can get married and have a turban because he wants to feel like something, even though he doesn't even need to do that. He needs to quit being an idiot. And then if he stopped being an idiot, somebody would want to marry him. But this girl's thinking she's forcing this baby on him. He's going to force her to marry him so he can wear that turban because that is the most important thing to the Punjabi people that are Pakistani, not Indian, but they live in India, so they want the Indian traditions, but the most important thing to them is marriage and that turban, nothing else. It is a little sad, but he's 26 and they're already supposed to be married before 26. But he spent that time hanging out with whores in New Jersey. And then he got so out of control there, they moved him to Ohio. And he's been getting out of control here, which is how he ended up at my house in the first place. But then I had to kick him out of my house because he wasn't getting a job. And then one day after we did that live stream, he came and said, I'll be back in 2 days. I'm going to New York City. And I said, do not come back to my house. Like, we've only been charging you like $40 a week to live here. But then instead of getting a car, you're going to go to New York. Do not come back to my house. And he hasn't been back here since, but now he has a baby. I don't I don't know. But I don't mean to talk shit about somebody I cared about. Well, I still care about him. I care enough about him to be like, are you fucking joking? No. But then he got mad at me. But what are you expecting me to say? Good job being lied to. I'm not going to tell you you're being lied to, but good job. I don't know if he was expecting that or not, but he didn't get it. No, I'll smack him for you and me. I'll just tell him my YouTube chat said you're an idiot. Smack him in the face. Okay, I won't tell him you guys called him an idiot, but it's between us. You guys called him an idiot. But I haven't seen Ray since that night either when he was here that one time. I haven't seen him since then. I should call him and be like, the fuck, yo. You were supposed to buy me ice cream weeks ago. But I think he quit coming around because I asked him to buy me a lottery ticket. He got real mad about that. He said, I don't even buy me a lottery ticket. I said, but you could buy me one. And he got real mad. But I'm addicted to scratch offs. I don't know what it is, but I love a scratch off, man. Yeah, I could say that, you damn idiot. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Press like and subscribe. Maven, he said, you don't need to ask for likes or subscribers. And I'm thinking in my head, you motherfucker, you got monetized the second day you ever went live. So, of course, you don't have to ask for subscribers or likes because you start getting paid day 2 of YouTube. I have to ask for likes and subscribes because I don't get paid by YouTube. But if I did, I would never have to ask for raccoon food ever again. So I'm just saying, help me get likes and subscribes so I can feed my animals without asking for super chats and likes and subscribes. Yeah, that's a better trade off. Okay, so with that being said, who? Henry or Ray? I don't know. But it was Ray. Oh, Maven, the wrestler. Maven Huffman, the wrestler. Because I watch a lot of wrestling YouTubers. Uh, because for some reason I got obsessed with wrestling again. So I've been watching wrestlers. Oh, Maven Huffman, the wrestler. He got monetized within 2 days of going live. Maven Huffman. Uh, he was a wrestler from like 2005 to 2012. But anyway, he has a YouTube channel, and he said he doesn't really ask for likes or subscribers. And like he made it sound like people who ask for likes and subscribes are pitiful. I watch them anyway. I don't really give a shit because I know my channel hasn't, I only have less than 300 subscribers in 7 years. So I ask for likes and subscribes. I don't give a shit if it makes me look shameful. I asked for money for my raccoon food. And I asked Miss Muddy for some clothes. That's shameful. But not asking for likes and subs. And especially getting offended by Maven Hoffman saying that. It's like, bitch, you got monetized in 2 days. Don't fucking talk to me. Did you brush? No. As a matter of fact, I don't know how to brush it. But I don't know why it looks so nice today. Maybe it's like, maybe it's my hat. I don't know. But no, I don't know how to brush wigs. I I don't know how to do much of anything with this wig. But apparently you can put wigs and ponytails and you can braid them. You can do lots of things with wigs, but not this one. Son of a biscuit. But you know what? Speaking of wigs, it is almost time for me to get a new wig. But I don't exactly know because really I would just prefer to dye my hair gray. I would just really just prefer to dye my hair gray. Good night, Red. I love you. I love you. And I'm going to say to everybody else, we're going to get out of here in about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, maybe. Not less. Everybody leaves before then. But, yeah, I would just rather I would rather dye my hair gray than get another wig. Not saying there's anything wrong with the wig, but my hair would look just as good gray. And I don't brush my hair anyway, so it'll pretty much look like this wig. But Dustin's mom does ask me all the time, why do you want to look like an old lady? I said, well, I call myself a sage and a spiritual advisor. Shouldn't I have gray hair? Shouldn't I look old enough to be giving advice? I need gray hair. Nobody's going to take advice from somebody who doesn't have gray hair. But Dustin's mom does not like my wig at all. And she does not like the idea of dyeing my hair gray. But I love it. Is Wheel still here? Ow. Did you hear that? Almost just died. Is Wheel still here? Or did he leave? Did he say goodnight and I missed it? Son of a bitch. I'm a terrible friend. If he said bye and I missed it. uh, what he reporting? Oh, well, then why don't we all go ahead and get off here? Um, let's all go give the pillow the best head of its life and the sheep the greatest head, or no, give the pillow the greatest head of its life and the sheets the greatest ass of your entire life. And don't forget the booty rubs. Good night. I love you. And what am I gonna do? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna hit the outro. But first I'm gonna turn it down because that's fucking way loud. Good night, Wheels. Good night, Miss Mud Dog. I love you.